Hello, it's Monday, and welcome to another edition of my Make It Monday, where each Monday I share with you something that I've been working on in hopes that it will inspire you to bring out your supplies and make something too. Don't let your supplies sit isolated, neglected. Bring them out, and it will certainly spark joy. Anyway, tomorrow is Mid Autumn Festival for the Chinese, and I think for other Asian countries as well. It's Autumn Moon Festival, and you can also call it Autumn Moon Festival. And it is basically the Asian version of Thanksgiving where we all get gathered together and be with family. So for tomorrow's dinner with my family, I am making party favors. So let me show you the ones that I've made as samples. This particular one, and what's so special about this particular party favor? Ta-da! Isn't this cute? Here's another one that I've made. For this one, I know there's another version of the candy, I think called Raffaello or something. It's white. It'll probably look better, but I only have this one for the sample right now. Cute, right? Anyway, so what I'm going to do with this party favor is I'm making it into a place setting for tomorrow's dinner. So I will have the first initial. I'm really into initials. So the initials of the person at the dinner table and a candy. Now you hear me say this all the time that I am not into these fancy type of projects, but this was something that it really intrigued me when I first saw it on another demonstrator's video. So I just had to make one because I was intrigued as to how this slider works. And believe it or not, it is very simple. So sit back, relax, and let me show you how it's made. Don't worry about copying down the measurements and whatnot. I will list that on a PDF. So if you are interested in one, just leave a comment and I will send you the PDF of how to make this. And also another note of caution is because the demonstrator was from Europe, the measurements were in centimeters, metric. But don't let that scare you off because with our Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you'll notice the centimeters, the metric markings is here too. So it's really a no big deal. And it's really allowed me to work on the European projects without worrying about converting. Okay, so the first thing you need is a piece of cardstock. This will be the base. This particular here, the base. Okay, this particular cardstock is 7 centimeters by 22.5 centimeters. It sounds big, right? This is centimeters, remember. So 7 centimeters by 22.5 centimeters, and we're gonna score it at 1 centimeter, 12 centimeters, and 17.5. So let me go ahead and do that. So 1 centimeter, okay, score. And the next score mark is at 12. Okay, so let me grab this up. So there's 12 centimeters, 12. Okay, and 17.5. It's not that scary, right? Centimeters. There you go. So that's the first thing. And you want to score this. With any of these 3D projects, having a great, be able to score it perfectly is really critical because it really makes the finished product so much more professional when it's nicely scored. Okay? So now after you've done that, on this edge, you want to put a little marking for 1.5 centimeters. And I will show you why I do that. So there's 1.5. And I'm just going to make a little notch like so. see the notch? This is 1.5. And the reason is we're going to make a groove for the mechanism of this slider. And what we're going to use is this one, okay? So you see this 1.5 centimeter mark? That is going to be the outside edge of this. So you see this? Okay. Let me show you. There's the groove. So I'm going to move it. Punch. Just like that. Okay. So let me do the other side. So again, here's the 1.5 centimeters groove mark. Okay. There we go. All right, so the next piece that you will need is a piece of plastic, okay? With Stampin' Up's new packaging, such that you are able to save all your photopolymer stamps onto the box, you really don't need the plastic anymore. Have you been saving these? I have. So now you have a good use for this. So you will need 1 centimeter, okay? There's 1 centimeter. One centimeter. And this is going to be wrapped around this. And this is the pulling mechanism for your slider card. Cool, right? So let me grab my tear and tape. There's my tear and tape. Just need a little bit. I'm going to put it on here. And so now, just for point of reference, so this is going to flap like this. So we want to put this here and wrap around like so, okay? You don't want it to be too tight because you want this to be moving, okay? So let me go ahead and take off the tape here. Okay. And bring this around. And it's good. Okay. Trim that off. Okay. So this is one part of the piece. So for this one, let me go ahead and put the tear and tape on it already. Okay, but don't pull it out yet. This is just to put it here, okay? And so now you're ready for the other piece. One piece you'll need is 6.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. And with this one, I'm going to corner around them. Okay. And the other piece that I have is 10 centimeters by 9 centimeters. And at the 10 centimeter mark, I'm going to score it at 5. So let me just make sure this is the 10. So that's right. So 5 centimeters. I'm going to score that. After you score that, we are going to burnish it. Okay. And so this part is here, this part here. And the reason that we're doing this is so that it's strong enough to hold the treat. Otherwise, one might be too flimsy. So that's why we're doubling it up. And let me grab the glue here. And for this, you can use any of your tag toppers, but this one's what I'm using. And it's going there. I always want to make sure that it's centered, right? Whoops, there it goes. So there. So now you have all the components needed to make your sliding party favor. All right, so let's get going. For this one, so now remember, this is going to come out like this, okay? And we're going to glue it. So let me put this away. We're using the tear and tape. So we've got one here. Make sure I'm in the camera. Grab that out. Okay. I want to make sure it's not glued onto the card, otherwise you won't be able to move it. And so that's on one edge. And again, move it here. You want to make sure that it will close like that, okay? So don't move it too high up there. And the other piece is this piece, whereas you're going to glue it right there. You see how it's taking shape now? Okay. So again, let's pull this apart. Okay. Okay. So remember, this one we glued it on this edge. Now for this opposite side is here. And so we're going to put it right here. Okay. See? Oops. How's it going? There we go. Okay. That's how it works. Okay, so now we're ready to, so one other thing that I forgot to do before is we're going to, what do you call it, soften this so the curve is easier, okay? So I should have done this before this, but anyway, it's not too late. So you are curling this so that it's easy for this curve here. See what I mean? Okay, so now you can take this off. Okay, and we are going to glue it underneath the tag here. And making sure that it is butted against it, see? So now we can close it. And there you have it. So let's embellish it now. So you'll need a, whatchamacallit, a DSP, your choice of DSP. Of course, I always recommend a non-directional pattern. That way it doesn't matter, because you don't want something that looks like it's upside down when you're looking from the other side. So this particular DSP is 6.5 centimeters by 18 centimeters, okay? And again, you can curl it a little bit to help it take shape, okay? The reason I'm using the Tombow glue is because it allows me time to reposition if it's not right, which is pretty critical when you're working on a party favor like this, right? So then I'm going to cover it up. It's like wrapping sushi. Okay. So let me just make sure it's glued down. Okay, and now this. So for this one, nothing fancy. I just fold this over and just kind of pinch it a bit, right? Same over here. Make sure it overlaps, right? Pinch it a bit. And there you have it, right? So now I can put the greeting on it. So for this particular greeting, what I have is something good to eat. This is from one of the past paper pumpkin kits that I have. Okay. And so you can stamp this before you glue it on, but I tend to want to glue it, stamp it after I have put together. So I want to, ooh, I've got ink on here. It's okay. It's because then I know where to stamp, right? So how did I get ink on my fingers already? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. There you have it. I'm going to have to do something about that. And let's see, what else do I want? Oh, the ribbon. This is very simple. I know you probably see me use this particular ribbon in all my projects. It's just because I love this. I mean, it just seems like this color is such a pretty color. And that's it. I'll probably have to use one of my fake ink splatter or blending brush to blend that out so that's not so apparent that it's a mistake, right? There's no mistakes. See? All right. See? Okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this segment, and that was not too bad, right? Very fun. Again, if you are interested in the complete instructions, just direct message me, and I will send you the PDF of the instructions. And hope you get a chance to work on this as well. Until then, have a great rest of the evening. All right? Bye-bye.